Hello, everyone. It's Melissa Faust from stampwithmelissa.com. Special shout out if you're watching this part of the video because you are probably watching on the replay. So hi to you. I am just going to give it a minute, let this pop up in the feeds. My view is all funky today, so I'm hoping as people join and comment, I'm hoping I can see the comments. I think I should be able to, but it looks like things are like mismatched. They are all discombobulated. That's the word I'm looking for. Anyway, so as you join me live, please leave a comment, say hello. This is streaming both to Facebook and YouTube. There we go. It looks like I'm starting to get a few eyeballs now. So there's Joan. Hey, Joan. Welcome from Washington State. My cousin is, I don't know, maybe there. I didn't know she was going, but she posted some pictures from Seattle the other day. So she might be there. I don't know. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Christine. Welcome, everyone. There. Okay, that bumped now. Hi, Marva. I was talking to myself for a little while, but it's okay. I always talk to myself. Do you guys do that? I talk to myself. Welcome, everybody. So my name is Melissa Faust from stampwithmelissa.com. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from the great state of Minnesota. And I have been a demonstrator for just shy of 9 years. And I bring that to attention because today we are celebrating my anniversary. We are going to do a card class, and I've got a really awesome anniversary ordering special for you this week. It runs through Friday. So I'm super excited about it. We're going to get started on that in a minute or two. You're about 20 miles outside of Seattle. Nice. Well, Joan, I will be in Seattle for probably 6 hours, 6 hours plus sleeping time in May of 2026. And then I will be there at the airport for the Alaskan cruise. So anyway, I'll wave to you from the plane because I've never been. The only place out west I have been is California. So anyway. Oh, Marva, all the time. Yeah, I like that motto. Marva said she talks to herself all the time because then you always know you get the right answer. The right answer. I love that. I'm gonna say that. I got to use that one now. I got to put it in my pocket and use that later. Hi, Debbie. Thank you so much for sharing the video as well. All right. So what do you say we go ahead and get started? But before we fully jump in and I go down to my desktop, I did want to remind you of just a couple of things. And one of the things is like an FYI, I guess. So let's start here first is Spring Stamp Camp registration is live. That closes on Sunday. So if you're not on my email list and you don't have that registration link and you want it, let me know. I'll get it to you. If you are on my email list, go read today's weekly update or a previous email, or you'll get another one at some point this week so that you can make sure you join in the fun with Spring Stamp Camp, okay? The second thing that I wanted to talk about is the cruise. If you have not heard, I am co-hosting a crafting cruise with my friends Deborah Harrison and Julie Salva. It is going to be the most fun the Caribbean's ever seen. I can't predict the future, but if I could. So we hope that you'll join us, but you might have a couple of questions or, just need some more information. So we are hosting, the three of us are hosting a Zoom Q&A next Wednesday, April 2nd. It is at, I believe it's at 6 p.m. Central Time. So if you need that link, also let me know so I can get it to you. But join the Zoom, even if you're not available on the 2nd at 6. That's okay. We still ask that you register so that you can get the replay link afterwards. We're not going to send that replay link out to everybody. We're just going to send it to those who have registered for the Zoom. And if you are joining the Zoom, and you'll also get the replay link. So, and you'll have the opportunity there to ask a question. I have a field box set up so you can ask a question that we will answer during the Zoom. Do our best to answer, I should say. Some of them we might have to defer to our Cruise and Crop, our travel agents who we are working with on this and whatnot. But the other part about the cruise that I wanted to give the FYI about, because I have gotten this question, so I wanted to address it, is that there is a special going on through Royal Caribbean right now. And I don't know exactly what it is, but it's something and it ends on March 31st. So I've had a few people say, I don't know that I can commit to the cruise by then. You do not need to commit to the cruise by then. That is just some special that Royal Caribbean is doing. If you have any questions about pricing on cabins or anything, I recommend you call the Cruise and Crop line. they will make sure you get the best rate. Okay. And I did hear from somebody else that our crafting group rate is $7 cheaper than the Royal Caribbean rate. So I'm just saying that's like a whole drink, you know, I don't know. So they are pretty comparable in price. But we did get the list today. So we have 16 cabins that are at our guaranteed group rate. And then after that, you know, prices could go up on those. And we have already sold 10 of the cabins. So we have 6 left at that group rate, just so you know. Okay. But like I said, anything with the cabins or anything like that, you can go ahead and call Cruise and Crop. But if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Join the Zoom because it's going to be awesome. We are going to, you know, talk through what this cruise is even going to look like in case you're like, okay, cool, but what is it? And if you haven't met Deborah and Julie before, you'll get to meet them, and they are fantastic human beings, because if they weren't, I wouldn't have said yes. So anyway, all right, let's go ahead. I think that's all. I'm going to flip my camera down here so you can see my desktop. So I mentioned it is my anniversary special. Let me pull this away too, so it's not in the way. It's my anniversary special this week. My actual Stampin' Up! Anniversary is next Monday, March 31st, but we are, oh, Joan, that's fun. You have a friend who's also doing one. That's exciting. I've never been on one, but they sound like a lot of fun. So I'm actually trying to find one that I can go on before my own. I don't know if I'll squeeze it in, but anyway. Oh, thanks, Lori. No worries. Okay, so anniversary special, but I am kind of tying things together. Sometimes when I go out of town or, you know, whatever, I have like an ordering special where it's like spend this, get this, blah, blah, blah. Most of the weeks, you know, I have like spend this, get this free class kit. So I'm kind of combining the two this week. So because it's my 9th anniversary, what I'm doing is a $90 order before tax and shipping, and you're going to get some good stuff. So I'm going to show you that. But before I do, if you have your mini catalog on page 59, you can see this One More Year stamp set. Now, I know that this is more geared towards birthdays, but I thought one more year, right? Like that's kind of fitting. Even though I'm hoping to go for like 90 more years. Do you think I can live to like 120? Nope, 117. I could do that. If I could live that long, I'll be a demonstrator that long too. Anyway, so we are going to play with this. And part of the ordering special is that you get supplies to make 4, or card kits to make 4 cards using this stamp set. Now, it is a standalone stamp set. It's not a bundle, so there's no punch or dies that go with this. We're only going to fussy cut the dog one time, and that's it. So, you know, I made sure of that because we're celebrating my anniversary, so we're going to have more coloring and less fussy cutting because that's what I like. Anyway, this stamp set was not originally on my radar, but I'm so glad I changed my mind because it is so fun to play with, and it's so quirky. I just think it's so silly. Hi, Anne. Don't rub it in our face. It's like 50 here. That's not bad. All right, so let me show you the cards we're going to make, and then I'm going to show you everything in the birthday special. Okay, or birthday, wow, anniversary. My birthday is not this month. Anniversary special, rather. So we're going to make these 4 cards together tonight. This one's a fun fold. Okay, and these were, I think all of them were inspired by my friend Rondaway did a birthday bash. So I got some inspiration from there. This one's a fun fold too, but I have untied and retied that ribbon so many times. I'm not doing it. Not till I have to send the card. And then this fun one as well. So you notice lots of coordination here, right? So part of the birthday special, when you spend that $90 before tax and shipping, you are going to get the card kits to make all 4 of these, which we are also going to show during the live tonight. I'm going to show you how to make each one. Okay, you're also going to get the PDF tutorial to make these. So if you are here watching the video, you love it, but you want the written instructions, I get it. That's how I make cards too, usually, is by the written instructions. So you will get that as well. And then you're going to get a full pack of the Toadstool Gardens Designer Series paper. Now, this you can't get anymore. This was a Celebration DSP, so this is exclusive. And this was a freebie with a $60 order. And you're also going to get a full pack of the purple sequins, which some are pink. Let's be honest. These 2 are pink. That one's white and that's purple. So they're mostly pink. in my eyes anyway. You're also going to get these, which were also part of Celebration. So these were also a $60 freebie. So right here, you would have had to spend $120 to get both of these. But I'm sweetening the deal. So you spend $90. You get both of these. You get the 4 card kits. You're also going to get, now this is mine, so, you know, yours will not be opened, but you're going to get a full spool of this faux velvet, the Fresh Freesia faux velvet ribbon. Oh, I love this stuff. It's been so fun to create with. So I'm going to put that aside because I need it tonight. And you're going to get a super cute Stamp with Melissa branded little zipper pouch. So it's super adorable. Zips right up. You can, it's not like huge. You can't put a stamp set in here. That wouldn't fit, but it does kind of, you know, like flattens out at the bottom here, and you can fill it with a lot of goodies like treats or otherwise. So anyway, that is what you'll get. The link to place your order is in the description of this video, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. So just go ahead and click that. It has the host code applied to it. If your order is under 150, I do ask that you use that host code, because when I pull my reports to send all the goodies, that's what I pull it by. I pull it by the host code. So make sure you do that. If your order goes over 150, you can go ahead and leave that host code out, because you're going to get Stampin' Rewards, which is free product from Stampin' Up. Oh my gosh, I think I covered it all, but let's go ahead. We are going to get started because I just love these cards. So we've got a fresh freesia card base. Now you're going to get that full pack of your Toadstool Gardens DSP. So you're going to cut these yourself. Okay. So there's going to be PDF measurements. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 because it covers the whole card front, but I'm not going to remember all of the measurements because I just can't. You're going to have a basic white layer, another piece of that beautiful Toadstool Gardens DSP. And I love that you're getting that full pack because you can mix and match as well. You're going to get a scrap piece of basic white so we can stamp and fussy cut our dog. And then you're going to get this basic white. Let's see if that will focus. It doesn't want to today. Anyway, this basic white rectangle die cut from the Textured Notes dies, which is an essential set, I think. So let's go ahead. I'm going to grab my Tuxedo Black Memento ink. Now, the fun thing about this class too is you can use, like, I'm going to use specific blends, but you can change it up and use what you have too. Okay. So we are going to ink up our sentiment that I just think is so cute. And I'm going to stamp this on this label, and I'm going over to the right just a hair. I think I stamped that crooked. Yeah, I totally did, but it's okay. It's not too bad. So see, you can barely tell. It's okay. Anyway, I just stamped slightly over to the right. Actually, not even as far over as I want. Do I want to flip it over? I don't know. I'm going to leave it. We're going to go with it. Anyway, what was I saying before that? I don't know. No idea. Okay, let's stamp the dog in tuxedo. And I love that the dog is already wearing a party hat because it's just cute. It's just cute. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to color with Gray Granite, Petal Pink, and Fresh Freesia blends. Okay, and I could have gone crazy with this. I wanted to add so many different colors and things, but I wanted to keep it like simple in case you are planning to purchase some of these items. I didn't want you to feel like you had to buy like 14 different things. So I wanted to keep it kind of simple on the colors I use. So you'll see when we get to the wine and cheese card, I probably would have used like maybe different blends, but I didn't want to add a whole bunch of more, you know, a whole more, can't talk, more colors. We'll go with that. All right, so I added my dark Gray Granite just a little bit on the dog and some of the spots, you know, by his little muzzle or whatever, and then some of the wrinkles in his body, which are so cute. And then I'm going in with my light Gray Granite, and I am coloring in the rest of the dog. And I'm going to ask this now because I'm thinking of it now. Did your onstage stuff make it? I'm thinking it should have, but I want to ask because I didn't check the tracking. So anyway, all right, so we're going to color in. And I skipped his nose and his eyeball. You guys know I love coloring, so I thought, what's better for an anniversary class than to do something I love to do, which is coloring. Okay, so let's use that dark Petal Pink, and I'm going to use this on both the nose and the tongue. Okay, and so we don't need the light one on this card, and then we're going to use the dark Fresh Freesia, and I'm just going to do the stripe closest to his head and then every other one. Okay, and we'll take the light Fresh Freesia, and we can color in the rest. And I'm just coloring even over where I already did the dark because it's not going to like overpower it, right? Because it's the lighter color. Okay, let's fussy cut this guy out, right? Oh, so I wanted to put the fussy cut card first because it's not not what I'm best at. All right, we're gonna just go around his ears, or one ear. I don't know, like people say move the paper and not the snips, and I don't know if I'm like subconsciously moving the snips and I don't know that I'm moving the snips, but sometimes I don't get the same margin. So it must be, I'm fairly confident it's a me problem. But I don't know. I'll take a die any day. Oh man. And I know several of you are with me on that. And several of you are like, no, fussy cutting is so relaxing. And I'm like, I don't see it. I don't see it. The whole time I'm sitting here and I'm like, just don't cut off the head. Okay, now don't cut off the tail. Don't cut off that ear. Oh man. Okay, we're almost there. We got this. Round the tail, round the feet, and then we're on the ground. So or on the bottom. So who's going to notice if that's perfect or not, right? They're going to look at the tongue and the hat and whatever. Okay, we did it. Exactly. It's my party. I can do what I want. All right, let's go ahead. We are going to adhere all of our stuff together then. I'm going to take this largest piece of the Toadstool Gardens DSP. And look, we did the non-mushroom side, right? The non-toadstool side. So it's just, okay, come on. There we go. Just goes to show you how versatile this paper is. And I actually really like these B sides for a spring-like pattern. I actually prefer the B sides over the A sides in most of these patterns. I don't like this side. I don't really care for the polka dots, but I like the stripes. Excuse me. But I don't know. I actually don't know which side was supposed to be the A side, the dots or the stripes, but I like the stripes better. So anywho. All right, so I added seal to the back of that DSP and added it to our basic white layer. And now I'm going to center that on our card. We're going to grab our label and some dimensionals, sides of dimensionals here. Okay, so earlier, before I went live, I'm going to add this like right here, and I am going to poke it off towards the right a little bit because that dog's going to go to the left. So before my live, I was designing some projects for next week, and I used I don't even remember the name of it, that Night of Navy ribbon with the gold glitter, and I have glitter everywhere. I was like, oh yeah, maybe this is why I didn't use that ribbon very often, but I gotta tell you, it's so cute on the project for next week. So I'm just saying. Anyway, okay, so there's that. Let's grab our ribbon and we're gonna tie a bow. Now I love this ribbon because it's skinny. So I am kind of a sucker for twines and threads on cards. I'm not always like a huge bow kind of girl. I do think that they have their place, but sometimes with cards it's hard, right? Because okay, we gotta finagle that. There we go. Sometimes with cards it's hard because then you add some bulk to it. So I really have been liking this ribbon because it's just easy to tie a bow with, and I don't know, it's thinner, so it's a ribbon, but it's like twined. All right, add that on a glue dot, and then we are going to stick this guy down here. Super cute. And then we're going to finish up. Now, these are my already opened sequins. So your pack will be full and brand new, but you can see I've got one white one left, none of these guys left. So the ones I used over here, I don't have enough of those. So we're going to improvise. I'm going to probably use these dark pink ones or these purplish ones, because I think that would be pretty, but you can go ahead and use whichever colors of these sequins you want. And that is card number 1. Isn't he so cute, that dog? I think that, you know what, you could send this to absolutely somebody with good humor, but you could send this to, like, I think if my nephew got this card, he would just probably like be cracking up, right? It would crack him up so much. He would probably be rolling on the floor laughing so hard. And he's 7. So anyway, I think you could have a lot of fun with who your recipients are. Okay, so this card for sure needs to go to somebody over the age of 21. Because this one says aging fine like cheese and wine. And so this one's kind of a cool, fun fold. So we are going to have some fun with this one. We're using those stripes again because I told you I like them. And when I like something, I go all in. All right, so we've got a thick, basic white card base ish. Not a full card base because you can see you're going to write in this little part here. So this is just 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We've got a piece of that DSP here, and I did score it. I don't know which side shows it better. Maybe there you go. Can you see that score line right there? So that is scored. We've got a basic white piece here that is scored in the middle. We've got a pretty in pink layer, and we've got a basic white layer on top. So let's go ahead. We're going to start with stamping. I'm going to start with this basic white layer here and our Tuxedo Black Memento ink pad. And we are going to do stamping now and stamping later on this card because I kind of want to get some things assembled too, just to make sure. So we're going to ink up this wine and cheese and stamp that in the center of our basic white piece. Now, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, I'm going to tell you that I don't like wine or cheese. But you know what? That's okay because we can still have fun and send this card to somebody who does. Okay, so we are going to grab lots of colors. So these 3 colors we used on the last card, Fresh Freesia, Petal Pink, and Gray Granite. And then I'm also pulling in Daffodil Delight and Balmy Blue. So again, if you want to switch up your colors, you can. But I'm just going to go top down and work my way through this. Oh, thanks, Lisa. Oh, that's so nice, Joan. You've been bringing meals to your sister who had surgery. That's so sweet of you. I would maybe do the same, but I'd have to like go, you know, get some fast food and bring it to her. I can't cook to save my life. Anyway, well, that's not true. I can make like toast and stuff, which would save my life. But anyway. Okay, dark Fresh Freesia. Squirrel. Dark Fresh Freesia on the grapes. Light Fresh Freesia I'm going to do on this wine label right here. And just like that. Okay. Then we're going to take our dark Petal Pink. And actually, I don't think I used light Petal Pink on this card either. But we're going to take this one and do our bottle. So it's like a white wine. I don't know. You guys, like I said, some of you might be more knowledgeable than me in this area. It's like I always say, if you want to make your cow purple, make your cow purple. So color this however you want. And you can laugh at me in the process, okay? Okay. All right, this is dark gray granite. We are going to do that on this label here. And swoop around there. Go skinny in between that wine glass. Okay. And then we'll use that light gray granite on the top here. Okay, and then we're going to go with Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to do this solid piece of cheese in dark daffodil. Okay. And the little holes in the holy cheese in dark. Okay. And then we're going to color the rest of this other cheese in light Daffodil Delight. So you can see I didn't really use the blends in the traditional sense on this card. Right? I'm using them as 2 tones. So you can kind of do what you want to do there. And then I think I'm going to use the light Balmy Blue, and we are going to go around the edge. Okay. Oh yeah. Makes sense. Okay. So we're going to go. I wanted to kind of like ground this stuff. And so I thought it would be fun. It's kind of like fussy cutting, but not. Oh, and I totally forgot. We're going to color in that leaf. Just pretend. Okay. And we're going to go like this. So you can skip this part if you want to. And I'm going to turn it as I go. Okay. And if I have a gap like in between the stamped image and where the Balmy Blue went, I just go back in and add it in. And that's that. We didn't even have to fussy cut it, and it still looks like it has a shadow, and it's cute. Okay, let's assemble some things. So I'm going to fold my DSP here on my score line. And we will burnish that. And actually, I want to do it this way. You know, whichever. Okay, so we're going to take this back side here and add some seal or your favorite adhesive. And we're going to layer this onto our thick basic white piece. just like so. Okay. And then we're going to take our, this guy, this basic white piece here. Yeah, thanks, Alicia. I think that's the word I was looking for, depth. And I am folding and burnishing that. And then we are going to open this. So you can see our card, this piece, the DSP, is going to open to the right. And then this basic white piece is going to open to the left like it normally would. So I'm going to pull in my Melon Mambo ink because it matches some of our DSP here. And I've got the sentiment aging fine like cheese and wine. And we're going to stamp that on the inside. Okay, just like so. Go ahead and close this guy up. And then on this back side here, so I stamped here on the back side of where I stamped, I'm going to add some seal. And then I'm just going to bring this in, and I've got my flap opened here, and I'm just going to center this piece. Okay. And now don't go based off the stripes because they are not like, you know, rulered. What's the word? They're not completely straight. Anyway, you get it. You know what I mean. They're like whimsical. So they're kind of like hand-drawn stripes. They're very pretty. I like them a lot. Okay, so anyway, so that will open like so. Then we'll take this basic white piece that we stamped on and add it to the pretty and pink piece. We got lots of pinks going on. We got petal pink, pretty and pink, and Melon Mambo all on this card. I love it. I love it. I love the pink. And then we're going to add this to the front flap here. Okay. I know. Lori said that the wine is what made her hesitate to order it. I know. I was also like, I'll never use that stamp. And then I was like, I'm going to use that stamp. Even if I don't drink, I know people who do, and they would think it was funny. So, you know, and the dog is really cute. All right. So I am tying a bow with the Fresh Freesia. Ooh, that bow is even better than the one I did on the first card. That one looks good. Okay. So let's trim off. Grab our glue dots and stick the knot on the dot. Okay. And then we will go ahead, and I added this to the upper left here. You can put it really wherever. And then we're going to take our sequins, and we're going to add these pretty pink ones. Okay, and I'm going to put one here and one little one right next to it. And that is card number 2. Isn't that one fun too? Oh my gosh, I couldn't pick it up for a second. So I think that's so fun with the DSP. This is a great way to use up your DSP too, your 6x6 DSP. You just cut off that 3/4 inch strip at the bottom, and you can use a whole sheet of it, which is awesome. Okay. All right, let's go to card number 3. This one is super fun. I am not going to, well, okay, I'm going to open it. I just can't even tell you how many times I've untied and retied this ribbon. We are going to do something a little bit different on the card we do today over what I did on this card, because this card is a little bit difficult to open. Okay, because we have to sneak that piece out from here. So I'm going to change it this time, and we are going to glue this onto our flap instead. But you can see, I don't have an inside in it yet, but you can kind of see how fun that is, right? Okay, so let's grab our card kit, and we are going to need our trimmer for this one. Okay, so we've got all the pieces. We've got a Melon Mambo piece here. It looks huge because this is 11 inches, but because it's going to go this way and we have kind of that gatefold, we need that 5.5 here. So you can only get one of these card bases out of a sheet of paper, but you know, you can save your Melon Mambo for other projects. Okay. All right. We've got this piece of the DSP. We've got this fun piece. This is one of my favorite patterns in this pack. Actually, I really like both sides on this one, but we are going to use this side. And then you've got an arch die cut from basic white cardstock with the everyday arches dies. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do, I'm going to start here with this piece. I've got my score lines in here already. You can kind of see those in the camera. And I'm going to grab my trimmer. Actually, I'm going to just triple check myself on this measurement because I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but yep. Okay. It is what I thought it was. Okay. So we are going to take this, and I've got, you know, this is the smaller section here. So these are where our score lines are, right? So the smaller section, I'm going to line this up at 1 1/4, which I'm using the right-hand side of my trimmer. And I'm going to take my scoring blade and just make a little tick mark up at the top. Okay. Then I'm going to take that tick mark. I'm going to hold my finger on it and pivot the bottom until that bottom corner and the score line there are in the gutter. Okay. And just cut that off. I was really nervous for a second. I was doing it the wrong way, but we're good. Okay, so there's that. Then we're going to take the smaller piece of DSP. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. Let me get my scoring blade out of the way. We are going to go, hold on, I have to think about this because this is going to flip back this way. So we actually want to cut, if we want this pattern up, we need to kind of cut the opposite direction because this gets folded in, right? So we're still going to mark it at 1 1/4 up at the top. Okay, and then I'm going to put my, hold on, let me mark it again. I guess I did not go down far enough. There we go. All right, so I'm going to put this here and I'm going to pivot this way and we're going to cut to that bottom left corner this time and trim that. So this guy then will go here. Okay. Now, one other thing that you could do, which I am going to do, is on this piece here, I am going to trim off just a hair because when we have this close, I don't want the edge of this fighting with my score line and kind of having it bulge out. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute here. So if we take this guy, this is going to fold in, right? And then this guy's going to fold here. So because I trimmed off just a sliver right here on the edge, this does not hit that score line and butt with this guy closing, okay? So that is all good, all fine and dandy. So we're going to go ahead and grab our DSP and add some adhesive. And then this is going to go with my card close. It's going to go on this left flap. Beautiful. And then we're going to take our angled piece, add some adhesive, and this is going to go with the card closed on the right flap. Oh, what did I do? I cut that weird. Do you see that? That's so funny. Come here. Don't adhere. Don't do it. Oh, man. All right, we're committing. Never mind. I don't know what the heck I did here. What did I do? I don't know. Anyway, that looks kind of funny to me, but we're going to leave it for now and I'll fix it later. Okay, let's go ahead and close this up because it worked. It should look like this. I don't know what I did. Anyway, okay. How can I fix it? Should I just take my scissors to it? I'm just going to trim the excess off the side. Whoever gets this card is going to love it. And they're not going to say, Melissa, that's crooked. No, they're going to say, oh my gosh, how cute. Thank you so much for thinking of me. And I'll be like, you're so welcome. Yeah. Anyway, do you have friends like that? I have friends who will they just eat this stuff up. Anyway, and then I'll be like, just don't look at how that paper's crooked. And then they'll say, I never even noticed. And I'll be like, really? And they'll be like, seriously, I didn't notice. I just looked at that cute dog with his tongue sticking out. And I'll be like, okay. All right. Anyway, I am not measuring this ribbon. I just went ahead and, pulled about however much I thought I would need to tie a bow. Okay. And we are going to tie the bow. And this part is a little challenging here for me. But I'm just going to tie a bow. This is going to help keep our card closed. I think it's challenging for me because I like to make sure that my ribbon stays because it is a velvet ribbon, right? There's one, you can tell what the back side is. So I think it's challenging because I try to make sure it doesn't twist. Okay, so we've got that. Wrap this around. Then I do want this to twist so that we have the right side, the velvet side coming out of here. You just kind of work with it. Oh, I think that turned out pretty good. And I'm going to leave my tails for now. Okay, so there's that. Super cute. Oh, I can see I put it on crooked. Oh, well. Oh, that's so nice. I love it. Okay, you guys are with me. Anne says real life crafting. Yeah, for real. We all make mistakes. Look, I've been a demo for almost 9 years. We all make mistakes, right? It's normal. Okay, so what was I going to say? And I love, Joan says she has a brother she could send a folded paper with an image and he would be so excited. I love that. It warms my heart. Okay, I'm going to stamp the dog and color the dog, but I'm going to tell this story too. So we're going to stamp the dog in tuxedo black right on the center of this arch. then we're going to color it in with Gray Granite and Daffodil Delight blends, plus some Petal Pink for his tongue. So I'm going to just grab Petal Pink quick. Okay, so I have a friend who we've been friends since high school. Actually, you guys might remember, I guess I don't remember if I was doing craft and chats back in September. Was I? I think I did. I think it was probably one of the first craft and chat videos I did. And I shared the wedding card that I made him for my friend Sean. And it was so cool one day because I was over at his house and, you know, I had never been there before. So it was pretty soon after he had moved in. And he was like, oh, look, okay, so like, here's the living room, here's the kitchen, blah, blah, blah. Here's my desk from when I work from home. And I was like, oh, what's that stack there? Like he had this little stack, like this thick by his desk, like by his work computer. And he said, oh, those are all of the cards you've sent me. And I said, what? And he goes, those are all the cards you sent me. And I was like, oh, no, like all the cards that anybody sent you. And he was like, no, those are just the ones from you because those are the only ones I keep. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, you know, it was just such a cool feeling. So anyway, I think we'll never get tired of that, right? When somebody says, I keep your card, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, so you're so sweet. Don't make me cry. You guys get it. You totally get it. It just makes you feel good. And if you don't have somebody in your life who is that excited when you send them a card, then I'm sure we could find some people for you to send cards to who would just be elated, right? Okay, so we're coloring in this dog. And I just thought it was so cool. Like, that's my collection of cards that I've sent him, right? It's not all the cards he's ever received, just the ones from me. Okay, pulling back in Petal Pink so we can do the nose. And pulling back in dark Gray Granite. And I'm going to use the brush tip side. And I'm just going to do a little ground here. Nothing too fancy, just something so that he's not floating. And then we're going to do his little party hat with Daffodil Delight. I know, isn't it? Perfection is overrated. I love it, Joan. That is so... Oh, that's cute too. Lori said her niece has a file folder of her cards. I have a bin. It's actually right down there. I have a bin and it's full of not every card I've ever gotten, because I will admit, like, for my high school graduation and things like that, some cards I got were store-bought and they just, like, the person just signed their name and didn't, like, write a note or anything. And those ones I did get rid of because I was like, this doesn't hold any sentimental value to me. But everything handmade, I still have. And the store-bought ones that have nice sentiments, I still have those too. Okay, so we are going to adhere this arch down. Now, like I said, this one, I adhered it here. You can do it either way. I do find it a little tricky to get that open, even if you only overlap it a little. So this time I'm going to put my dimensionals on this side and stick it down on our flap instead. So I'm just going to use one up here. You know what? Let me pull this. We're going to go more like this because up at the top is where it gets a little skinnier. Just like so. Okay. And I'm only putting them on the edges because I know that those are going to go on the flap. My finger is actually on one of the dimensionals, so I can make sure it's going on that flap. Okay, and I'm not going to untie my bow, but I can tell that that will open okay. All right. Okay, so let's finish this one off with some sequins, and we're going to use these dark colored ones because I thought those were pretty. So I just put some on the flap, some on the actual card. And I like these sequins because there's two sizes, and this time I'm going to go this way. One there, and one up there. And that is our third card. Isn't that one so stinking cute too? I think it's so fun. I love it. I love the fun folds when they're easy. All right, let's go on to our final card. This one is not a fun fold, but it's super duper cute. This one is like if you are not into the punny stuff, right? You can do the cake and then you could do happy birthday. And even though this says another wrinkle wiser, which I think is hilarious, you could cut off that, right? You could just use your trimmer and cut all the way across so you just have the happy birthday. All right, so let's take a look here. Oh, what am I doing? This goes over here, Melissa. Let's take a look at our card kit for this last card. We've got a gray granite card base to match our DSP. We've got a piece of the DSP. I love this pattern too. See, I really like this pack. But this pattern, I do not care for. So this, like, you know, birchwood pattern, thumbs up. All right, we've got a melon mambo layer. We've got a basic white layer for our cake. We've got a melon mambo strip to accent our sentiment, and then we've got a strip of basic white for our sentiment as well. So let's start with stamping. We're going to start with this strip because I'm a little bit like nervous. Can I get this one straight? Because these are red rubber stamps, so you know how it goes. So I'm going to ink up my stamp here. I am going to pull this down and get my head right over it, so I know you won't be able to see. Oh, please be good. Nope. I think I need to go up a little bit more, but that's okay. Paper has two sides. And, you know, because they put a little bit of a margin. Okay. You know what? That one's still a little bit lower than my liking, but at least it's straight. So we're going to go with it. They put a little bit of a margin around the stamps. So, you know, it was just hard to see. So I just had to get my head over that. All right, let's do the cake. So we've got Tuxedo Black Memento. Ink up our birthday cake, or, well, in this case it is a birthday cake, but you could use it for another occasion. And I'm going to stamp this on the white piece, and I am kind of floating it a little bit closer to the top because that, you know, sentiment is going to go down at the bottom. I couldn't think of the word sentiment for a second. All right, let's color this one in. This one we are going to use Petal Pink, Gray Granite, Daffodil Delight, and Balmy Blue. Okay, so let's start. Yeah, we'll just start here. Start with Petal Pink, and we're going to do the main cake. So we're going to start with that dark Petal Pink, go on to our light Petal Pink. So this can be like a angel food cake or something. I don't know, a vanilla cake. You can make whatever kind of cake you want, right? All right, that brings up my question. Put in the comments, what is your favorite kind of cake? Or like, what's your go-to for your birthday or something? My go-to is ice cream cake. It's usually a Dairy Queen Blizzard cake or a Cold Stone cake because those are pretty good too. All right, we're going to use Gray Granite down here on the plate. So there's some dark, and we're going to go in with the light. And okay, don't get like shocked by this, but I do not like chocolate cake. So if I had to pick, I would go vanilla. I can tolerate a marble cake, but not just a chocolate one. Christina, I don't think I've ever had carrot cake. Can you believe that? So that's one I'm going to have to try at some point. I've never had red velvet either. I know. I guess I just like what I like and I stick with it. I don't know. Anyway. All right, we're using dark Daffodil Delight for the flames. Okay, and we don't need light. Then we're going to use Balmy Blue for our frosting. Chocolate with a special cooked chocolate fudge-like frosting. German chocolate. Yes, Dairy Queen ice cream cakes. Angel food is your second favorite. And you hate chocolate. All right, Jenny's with me. I will tolerate it. Like I said, like in a marble cake, I can tolerate it. But you know when you cut into a marble cake, you can tell how much like vanilla or chocolate there is. And I will always just wait for the piece that has more vanilla. I don't know. It might be weird, but that's just my preference. All right, we're going to color in the rest of this frosting. And it's a drippy frosting, so we got to go down. And then I like that the candles are solid, so you can color over them. Then we're going to do this little, you know, filling, just like so. We are not fussy cutting this out, okay? Okay. All right, let's go ahead and start to assemble. We're going to take that DSP. And because it's going to cover the whole card front, I am going to add some extra adhesive. All right, and then we're going to add this. Now, I did our card opening the other way this time because you're going to wrap some ribbon around this. Okay, so we can fold and burnish like so. And then we're going to grab our melon mambo piece and our cake piece, add some adhesive, layer this together. I love the matted look. Super cute. Grab some dimensionals. Here's our last one on the sheet. Oh my gosh. Don't you worry though. I was prepared. I was like, I bet I'm going to run out of dimensionals, right? Jenny, I've never had chantilly. Is that how you say it? I've seen that word. Let's see. I got to see. Carrot cake. Oh, Alicia says for a birthday, white cake with buttercream frosting. Any other time is chocolate cake and chocolate frosting. Okay. Yellow cake. Lisa doesn't like chocolate either. Well, I like chocolate, just not chocolate cake. And oh, a Boston cream cake. Okay. All right, you guys, now we all have to like share our recipes. Mine is really easy. You get in your car, you turn it on, and you drive to Dairy Queen. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so I added dimensionals to the back. We are going to pull this down a little bit, but we're centering it left to right. And I'm pulling it down so we have room for that bow, like so. And then we're going to take this piece here and add some seal and then layer this. Now this is going to line up with the melon mambo strip on the left and right, and we're going to have that little mat on the top and bottom. Okay, and we're going to flip this over and add a couple of dimensionals, and I'm going to go kind of centered with these because they're going to rest on our cake piece, and then we're going to attach this here. So cute, right? Super cute. Okay, then we're going to take our ribbon and open our card. And then I'm going to do the same thing like I did on that last card. Just kind of pull that until I think, okay, I can make a ribbon out of that, or a bow out of that. Pull the other side and trim with my snips. It's a super scientific, super precise way of measuring. Just eyeballing. Okay, let's tie this into a bow. And then I like it because I'm using kind of the top of the card to actually tie the bow. But then you can slide it down. Okay. Oh, so cute. And then I'm just going to slide this down a little to like there-ish. And you can trim up your ends. I'm going to cut maybe like there and there. That's even-ish. If it's not, you can always trim more later, right? And I am going to take a glue dot and I'm going to stick it down to hold that bow in place just to make sure, right? So I'm going to just use my snips to pick that up and slip it under here to hold that bow down in place. All right, so we can finish this one off with some of our sequins. And, you know, I never do this, but I only have that one left, and it's really going to bug me because I'm not just going to put one on a card. So we're going to use a white, a darker purple, and one of the light pinks. We're going to mix it. It's like confetti. 3 colors. All right, and that is our 4th and final card. What do you think of that one? I think that one is really cute too. So definitely helps to have some more cards in my birthday stash because I was running low. I got to tell you, I was really running low. Okay, let's see. Can I fit these all across? Yeah, just like that. So there are our 4 cards for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this week's projects. This card, by the way, I did not do a sentiment on purpose, so you can use it for any occasion as well, okay? All right, so just as a reminder, if you would like these card kits as a free thank you gift from me, if you place a $90 order in my online store through this Friday, March 28th, end of day, so midnight Central Time, you will get the card kits to make all 4 of these. Plus, you will get this cute Stamp with Melissa zippered pouch with a full pack of the Toadstool Gardens DSP, a full pack of the purple sequins, and a full spool, and now this is my used one, but a full spool of the beautiful Fresh Freesia Faux Velvet ribbon. So super duper fun offering this week to celebrate my anniversary, so I hope you will check that out. The ordering link is in the description of this video, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Go ahead and click on that. That will automatically have the host code applied as well for you for this class, okay? If your order goes over 150, go ahead and delete that host code out because you're going to get free product from Stampin' Up, and I want you to take advantage of that, okay? All right, I think that's all. I will see you guys. You know, it's bizarre. I will see you next month because next Tuesday is already April 1st. Oh my gosh. All right, well, I will see you then, and until then, take care. Bye for now.